You know, it's funny that whenever I talk about Batman, I'm always wearing my Superman shirt.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Pitch This here on the MrEliMac YouTube channel. I'm your host MrEliMac, and today I'm going to be talking about what I would do with the upcoming The Brave and the Bold movie. The upcoming Batman movie that has many people speculating on what the story is going to be. I mean, we know the basic of Damian Wayne Robin's gonna be in it, but other than that, we don't know anything else about it. So yeah, I'm gonna be giving what my thoughts would be on the movie and what I would do with the movie. I know James Gunn and whoever he has as the writer is hard at work on it right now, but I mean, everyone else is giving their thoughts on what they would do. Why not me? Do the same. And if you like this pitch, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That way you can be up to date with all the videos I have here on the channel. Also, hit the notification bell. That way you can be notified whenever a new video like this comes your way. So, if you all watched the last video I made about how old I think Batman is going to be in The Brave and the Bold, you all have a pretty good understanding of how many Robins I expect there to be. I expect there to be, at this point, 3, with Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Tim Drake, Tim being the current Robin of it. And that's sort of very essential to the story, especially with Barbara Gordon's Oracle being essential to the story. All of those pieces are very essential to the story I'm about to tell. Now, going into the pitch itself, I have sort of the outline of it in front of me, and in terms of the opening image of the film is going to be Gotham at night with explosions, sirens, and I know a lot of people may be disagreeing with me with this little particular instance, but the Joker is on his latest rampage and it's in full swing, and Batman, Robin, Tim Drake specifically, and Nightwing are working together to stop him. And the big set piece that is happening is that Joker is being apprehended, but not before killing 20 innocent people, and he surrenders gleefully, taunting Batman, saying, "Oh, what happened to the last one?" when he is very much pointing out Tim Drake being the new Robin. And this is Joker's first real coming across Tim Drake's Robin, and he's saying, "Oh, what happened to the last one? Oh, wait, I remember." But that's sort of like the opening of the film, and we then sort of get established into the theme of the film, which is because Tim is questioning Batman of like, look, he just killed 20 people. Why don't you, like, you know? And that's when Bruce is telling Tim, because if we cross that line, there's no coming back. Sort of establishing the theme of what the movie is going to be, and again establishing the thesis of Batman of why Batman doesn't kill. And after that main set piece, we return to the Batcave. Bruce is very much weary, he's very tired, and again Tim is questioning Joker's survival, whether that's a good thing, and Nightwing is very concerned about Bruce pushing everyone too hard, because at this point, because of the events of what happened with Jason Todd, and again, I am very much we're like 3 years removed from the death of Jason Todd, so Batman's just pushing everyone to be better and push them harder, to push them to their limit, because he's going at his limit. But the main catalyst of the film is Alfred informs Bruce that he has visitors. And when he says that, Bruce turns around and he sees coming in from the darkness Talia al Ghul and an 8-year-old Damian Wayne. And so the debate then is established of Talia revealing Damian to be Bruce's biological son, who was trained by the League of Assassins. Damian is a cold, cocky, and instantly challenges Bruce's moral code of, hey, maybe you should kill your villains. Like, that's the main point of this film, is determining whether Bruce should kill his villains or not, and Bruce very steadfastly being like, I'm not going to kill people because I become them. And then Damian dons Jason Todd's old Robin tunic just like he does in the Batman and Son comic, and very much Talia leaves cryptically saying he'll choose his path soon enough. With Talia basically thinking Damian's gonna choose the path of the League of Assassins and not Bruce's path. And the Damian putting on Jason Todd's old tunic is very much later in the film, but I'm just establishing that is something that is a major plot point that's going to be happening in the future. And that's sort of in the Act 1, maybe Act 2 thing. And for Act 2, this is part A of the Act 2. And it's Bruce beginning to train Damian, but he forbids Damian on going on patrol. But this is when we get introduced to the main antagonist of the film, which is the Red Hood. The Red Hood would be established as the main antagonist of the film, and it would be showing him eliminating multiple mob bosses, leaving cryptic symbols, and Batman would investigate. Oracle would be identifying Red Hood's skills, with him being a skilled individual, being brutal, ex-military in precision. Maybe he is ex-military. They don't really know who Red Hood is yet at this moment, but this is again establishing sort of what he's doing and wiping out the mob bosses that exist and sort of taking control of their territory, similar to Batman under the Red Hood. And then this would be when we also introduce the B story, which is Dick and Tim investigating League of Assassin activity, which would then lead them to discover Lady Shiva, who would serve as the secondary antagonist of the film, and someone who would also be working with Jason or Red Hood in this, and they would discover that she is active in Gotham, seemingly unaffiliated with the League, again being mainly affiliated with Red Hood. And then we'd have the major discovery moment through a fight sequence between Bruce and Red Hood of Jason being the Red Hood, and that would be throwing Bruce off entirely. And we get the midpoint of the film, which would be Bruce confronting the Red Hood, and there would be an emotional conversation that spirals into a physical conversation when Damian, disobeying Bruce's orders, ambushing Jason, and Bruce would be trying to break up the fight, but the fight between Damian and Jason would be very physical, and Jason would escape, and Damian would be angry after the fight is broken up at Bruce's refusal to finish the fight. And even at this point, we would get the reveal that the reason why Damian is actually here isn't so he can train under Bruce's watch, or even to be learning from his father. It's really because Damian is on a mission from his mother, and that mission is take out Jason, take out the Red Hood, because I would reveal later that Red Hood has actually been working. Like, we would get the backstory of how Jason survived, which is because of the League of Assassins, and the League of Assassins helped train him a little bit more to sort of get that anger focused and to get that into a more saving the world persona, not like Bruce, but an actual saving the world. And we'd get a cameo from Ra's al Ghul in these flashbacks. This would be the only time we would see Ra's in the film, is through those flashbacks. But we would very much establish that Jason was being trained by the League of Assassins, but then Jason left with Shiva and some other members, and then the events of the film are occurring. And then there would be a fallout between Damian and Bruce, arguing over morality and what it means to be good and what it means to actually do good in this sort of world where Bruce is refusing to kill people. And then Red Hood and Shiva would come back together and unite, and Gotham's underworld would begin to collapse under their combined assault, with Bruce keeping Tim and Damian close because he doesn't want another child killed like Jason, and he just wouldn't want that. And Nightwing would begin to lead the field operation, sort of maybe hinting at Nightwing being a pretty good leader if they want to do a Teen Titans movie in the future. Here's Nightwing. Tim would get injured in a fight with some of Shiva's assassins, and that would be a moment of Bruce being like, okay, you're benched. You're benched. Nightwing, you are also benched. I don't care that you're used to this. I don't care that you've been doing this the longest. I can't have something happen to you guys about that happened with Jason. I do not want Jason to kill you, so you are all benched. I'm doing this on my own. And Oracle has just been in his ear the entire time. And we would see Barbara Gordon in the film. We would have moments where Barbara would physically be in the film, but a majority of the time it would just be over the intercoms. And Damian would begin to question everything because he would see Tim's compassion, Dick's balance, and Bruce's torment. He would see everything about each of them and begin questioning whether the teachings that his mother gave him were correct, because he would see Tim being more compassionate towards some of the criminals. Sure, Tim would be questioning whether some of them should be alive or not, specifically Joker, but overall, Tim would be like, we have the ability to rehabilitate these criminals. And Bruce would be tormented by the loss of Jason, everything Jason's going through, and see what's happening with him. And Dick would be able to be like, hey, look, everything that they're going through is because of what Bruce taught. Bruce is very inside of himself and inside of the problems that have gone on in his life with the loss of his parents, and he just doesn't want someone to go through what he went through again. And then Shiva would attack GCPD headquarters, and during that attack we would have Nightwing and Tim go out to save the Gotham City Police Department, with Oracle very much running intelligence to them and to everyone, because around that time, that is when the Red Hood would come back and he would capture Joker and he would lure Batman to a warehouse, and Bruce would very specifically tell Damian to stay in the Batcave because this is something bigger than Damian. And so Bruce would go out to the warehouse alone, very similar to a warehouse that Jason was in when Joker killed him. And then that's when we get into the third act, where we would have a moment of Bruce and Jason having a back and forth. And I like to establish now that I think Joker knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. He just doesn't care. Like, Joker's one of those characters specifically that I think he knows the secret identity of the hero, and he just doesn't give a damn about it all. He's just like, sure, Bruce Wayne's Batman, whatever, but he's Batman first and foremost, and he's the guy that I care about the most. I'm not going to reveal to the world that Bruce Wayne's Batman. I could give two shits if the rest of the world knows. All I care about is having my fun with Batman. And doing this, we would have this moment of Jason being like, look, he's right there. You could have killed him, but you didn't. And that's really why I'm doing what I'm doing to Gotham now. So I can make sure that what happened to me doesn't happen to everyone else. Mirroring the events of Bruce and Jason, with Bruce saving people and not killing people and trying to be better so that what happened to him doesn't happen to anyone else, and Jason, and why he's being more aggressive, that's why he is doing what he's doing, so the thing that happened to him doesn't happen to anyone else. And then we'd get this big epic third act fight scene, because you gotta have a third act fight scene between Jason and Bruce, very similar to the animated Batman Under the Red Hood. And we would have, after the fight, we'd have Jason force Bruce to confront Joker, and they'd have this emotional argument. Why does he get to live? That is everything Jason is saying. And Damian arrives at the warehouse, but he doesn't let himself be known. He's just watching in the shadows silently. And then Jason gives Bruce a gun, saying, you make the call. Do what needs to be done, Bruce. Kill the Joker. Or if you don't kill him, then I'm gonna kill him. And then you're gonna have to kill me. That's the only way you're gonna stop me from killing him, is if you kill me. Like, just this main thing. And Bruce would refuse. And then after refusing, this is when we get the fight scene. And during the fight scene, we'd cut back to moments of Joker seeing Damian in the shadows, and that's when Joker would just start taunting Damian, like, oh, looky what we have. Another Robin. I wonder if you're gonna be better than this one, seeing as how I killed him and all. And during those moments, and then we'd have Damian start moving closer and closer, sword in hand, seeing the anger and destruction that Joker has caused, the chaos Joker causes, and Damian would want to kill Joker. And then this is when we get the end of the fight scene, with Bruce seeing Damian holding the sword up to Joker's throat, and Bruce stops him. And he doesn't say it angrily, he doesn't use sort of the anger that he normally has with people. Instead, he says it quietly, and says it like a father, a good father to his son. This isn't justice. And with that, Damian puts the sword aside, not killing Joker, following the footsteps of his father and not his mother. The teachings of morality and rehabilitation over just killing people. And Jason is just done with it all. He has rigged the building to explode, and he presses the button, and quickly Bruce is able to save Damian and Joker, get them out of the warehouse as everything blows up around them. But Bruce wasn't able to get to Jason. But Jason was able to escape into the night. And while all this was happening, we'd be showing events what's happening over at the GCPD, with Dick and Tim defeating Shiva and her forces, disabling her entire network and arresting Shiva. because that might come up in a future Pitch This. Who knows? Stay tuned. Creating my own little DCU within James Gunn's DCU. But then we'd get into the resolution of the film. Talia is returning to take Damian because in her mind Jason is dead, so like mission accomplished, and she's ready to take Damian back. And Bruce is like, Damian, you have a choice. You can go back with your mother, or you can stay. I'm not telling you what's right or wrong. I'm just telling you it is your choice. And Damian chooses to stay with his father. And Talia is surprised, but accepts it and leaves, as Damian stays with Batman and Tim and Dick and Alfred and Barbara. And then we get a final montage of Bruce training Damian in the cave and Nightwing on patrol going back to Bloodhaven. And Tim sort of starting to get into his own, and while he is a little hesitant with Damian being a part of the team, he's accepting of it and starts sketching up a design for a new suit, one that has its own cowl, no ears, because I like the cowl Red Robin suit. Sue me. But then as all this is happening and Barbara's getting information about some people that, again, maybe in the future, as this is happening, Jason is watching Gotham from a rooftop, contemplating what he's going to do next. We see the bat signal illuminate the sky, and he watches, knowing that Batman will continue with his moral compass. And that is what I would do with The Brave and the Bold, setting up a full Bat family that I sort of age-wise established in my prior video, but establishing a Bat family for this movie while also setting up what could happen in the futures, particularly with Jason Todd. Look, I love Batman on the Red Hood, and I think that is a story that should be put onto the live-action big screen. And because James Gunn wants to put Damian in the movies as well, I thought, well, this could be a very great opportunity to put those stories together, because I think it would be a great way to show Jason is the son that is lost, and Bruce seeing the parallels between Jason and Damian, and Bruce very much being like, Damian, I'm gonna make sure you don't go that way. And then with the events of this movie, sort of hinting at, oh, maybe Jason has learned a few things from this movie to lead him down a path of rehabilitation. Because that's one of the things that Bruce was pushing forward, is rehabilitating the villains. Because I think this could be a great opportunity to show a Batman that believes in rehabilitation. Like, we haven't had a lot of Batmen in movies that say, oh hey, let's rehabilitate these villains. A majority of them are just, the villains are dying. Or you're Ben Affleck's Batman and you're just killing everyone. You don't really see a version of Batman that's like, hey, let's rehabilitate, because that's something that Batman believes in. He believes he can rehabilitate some of these criminals, like with Mr. Freeze, Two-Face. Those are the only two that come to mind. But I know even like in Batman Earth 1, in that run of comics, Killer Croc is a character that is not treated as a villain. He is someone on the side of good, and I just think that would be something that would be fun to see. Side of Batman that we haven't seen, someone that could believe in rehabilitation. But anyway, that's what I would do for the film. What are your thoughts on this pitch? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you indifferent to it? Whatever your thoughts, post them in the comments down below. And again, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That way you can be up to date with all the videos on this channel. And also, if you want to fully support me, like further support me, then I have a Patreon account. The Patreon account link is in the description below. For $10, you can listen to me do commentary tracks. I haven't fully made one yet. I'm going to, though. There's going to be 2 in September. Trust me. For $5, you get all these videos 2 days early. And for $15, you get priority with your pitches. You just tell me what you would want me to do a pitch on, and that it becomes the pitch video that I will be making, and it is priority. But until next time, I've been Mr. EliMac. You've been the audience, and I hope you all remember to have a great rest of the day.